nothing can happen in the physical without first being manifested in the spiritual. Like nothing is going to happen in the physical realm that has not been manifested in the spiritual realm. Some other person will come, like, will tell you that whatever is in heaven, let it be done on earth. Like, because if you read closely, actually, they will tell you the heaven is here. Heaven and hell are all here. And nothing will ever happen in the physical if it's not in the spiritual world. That's why people pray. That's why people go do juju. That's why people pray to whatever they pray to. That's why people manifest. That's why people do juju. That's why people pray to the moon. That's why people pray to the stars. So that they can change something in the spiritual. You think you just come and going to do a business that you haven't thought of? No. You have to first think about it. That's still part of the spiritual. Only that we just come and have an idea and you'll be like, okay, we're going to go do it. Do it where? That's why we are crying. That's why we are being held. That's why we are not moving forward. Because we just thought about it, be like, okay, I'm going to do this. That's why people, before you start anything, that's why people will be like, okay, actually, even before actually someone, probably a kid comes into play, people have to first unless someone's going to be raped. But if they're not raped, someone will have to first talk to the lady, convince them. You get? So that the lady is convinced, then after the lady will be able to agree and they go do whatever they're supposed to do, a baby to come into play. Also, let's say in business, even a job, you're going to first pray over it, because that's why they'll be like, the job I prayed for, I prayed for something, and now I'm like, perhaps you didn't pray for it. Okay, you prayed and got it, but then probably you're supposed to keep praying to see how you have to pray for that grace to keep you on that job also. Get what I'm saying? So whatever happens in the physical has to first happen also in the spiritual. Some other person will tell you, come and you first go pray. Actually, even before you start a business, before you start anything, you first pray over it. Probably you're going to go give it to the gods, you're going to give it to the ancestors, people do lots of things. Just know that some of these things are they could be like normal. So meaning you're supposed to, if you're not going to do any of those things, probably you're not going to pray, you're going to go to those ancestors and you're going to just come and do business. Then you're supposed to change your mind. You're supposed to understand the dynamics of business. You're supposed to understand the dynamics of everything that you're doing, so that you're not affected by these. These people are also going to do. Remember, when you're doing a business, you're not the only one in it. People do so many things that in most cases, some of the young people that are getting to it don't know. Some are smart, or some have been taught probably their parents, but some just get into something because they want. That's not how they do things, and that's why you think you're just going to start selling. That's why people tell you go do rituals, go bathe, go cleanse. So if you're not going to do that, meaning you're supposed to do the universal way, or like the godly way and things like that. You pray over it. Even the praying is not like enough. You cleanse yourself, like you cleanse your heart, so that you're purified. Other than that, unless you're going to do dark magic or do some other things, that's how you're going to thrive. But you can't just come and do something. If you want to come and do it, then you're supposed to do the spiritual part. Like you manifest it in your mind. You be like, this is it. And once you go on, I told you, once you want to go on a manifestation journey, it's also a holy journey, because you're praying to the universe to give you exactly what you need. Because once you're doing the manifestation, you're not going to get anything. You're going to exactly what you're supposed to get. Like you're going to get you. You're going to get who you are, because you're going to understand these things. Like we are all energies, and you can't attract an energy that you're not. You get? So you have to work on getting the right energy, getting the right spiritual energy, getting the right thing, so that you can manifest, so that you can do that business, so that you can set yourself up for the world, set yourself up for the physical. Because if you don't set yourself up for the physical, you're up for failing. You're up for learning and learning and learning and learning more lessons. You get? Yeah. So as we're doing whatever we're doing, just know that everything starts here. Even that which is going to tell you, believe here. You get? So whatever we're doing, we have to first make sure that have we done our spiritual part. If you've done your spiritual part, well and good. If you feel you're still held back and the spiritual part probably is let someone tell that the prayerful part, because everything is spiritual, the energy part, the frequency part, all those things help us in one or the other. You get? So before you do anything, look at what you're going to do internally. Like you work on yourself, internal self, so that you can do all these things the way you're supposed to do them. So in other words, understand yourself, understand what you want, and you understand what you're supposed to do to get exactly it. You get? If it's energy, you're going to do like the energy work, the spiritual part. You know that necessary thing that you're supposed to do to get to that level. You get? Because everything is energy, like what you're supposed to do so that you can get it. If you want to probably have a baby, you do the work, like the magic of how you're going to get to that level to become the great parent that you are. You get? Because you're not going to just give birth to kids and just do for no. You're going to be like the best parent that has ever lived, because you're going to be the god to that kid. So you will always be their parent. So you have to see that you're the best person for them. So whatever happens in the physical was first in the spiritual. Or some other person tell you whatever happens in the physical was first in the mental. You get? Because if everything is mental, and the mental also, once you go on the journey, you understand, okay, it's also kind of spiritual, because it's that thing, you're not seeing it. It's here. It's not in the physical, and it has to first happen here. Some other person will tell you it's supposed to first happen here. Some other person will tell you you're supposed to attract it, because it's energy, it's frequency, it's all these things. Because we use energy because we don't want to be like if you use spiritual, people will be like, okay, what is spiritual? They don't understand what spiritual is. So you're going to use like energies, God, things like that. You get what I'm saying? Because it's all the same thing. Yeah. So whatever you're doing, just know that it starts with the spiritual, or it starts with the mental, and it gets into the physical realm. So what have you done, or what are you doing in the spiritual realm that's causing results in the physical realm? Yeah. Other than that, we are going to do things that are going to, we're going to keep going back till we learn these basics. Yes. Thank you. Peace. And